Hello, hello. We're back now with the rock descriptions, and here's another example of magma mixing. This is a rather special specimen, and it's from the 1902 dome on Montagna Pelee. And this was the eruption that wiped out the city of Saint-Pierre, causing some 30,000 fatalities. So this is a relic of the dome, i.e. the material that got stuck in the vent, and it gives us an idea why this eruption was perhaps so violent. And I'd like you to focus a little bit on the main enclave here in the middle. And as you see, it's kind of low bait. And here you see that it's kind of round in a much more evolved matrix. The matrix is medium to fine grained, and it contains plagioclase that goes quite albidic in places, but the cores are often quite calcic. It's got some pyroxene, very rare amphibole, and there's not a lot of quartz. I've seen virtually none, and it is porphyritic. We have some larger crystals here, but here's also some larger feldspar, but overall, it's rather fine-grained, and it hosts these large blobby enclaves. These are basaltic to basaltic andesite in composition, and as you see, this is the beautiful portion here. It's actually cracked, and here's another one. So we have to really start assuming the temperature difference between these two media, between these two magmas, must have been quite serious. The basalt came in at probably 11 to 1200 degrees. The dacite matrix is probably a lot colder, or was a lot colder at the time. I guess 800-900 degrees perhaps. So if the two came together, the hotter magma would have started to chill, releasing its energy into the surrounding, i.e. into the dacite here, likely remobilizing it. And this cooling can be seen in the cracks, and the cracks are infilled with matrix from the surrounding. So this was still liquid at the time, or at least mobile at the time when these cracks formed, i.e. when the blobby material here was pretty much solid, otherwise it couldn't crack in that way. So since it's not sheared in a major way, I think cooling is the main process here that we're seeing causing the cracks rather than anything else. And it implies that magma mixing once more was a key player in causing, in this case, rather explosive eruption. The eruption was traveling for several kilometers down the slopes of the volcano, and it was rushing, the eruptive clouds was rushing through the town of Saint-Pierre, and very few survived. I think the story of the imprisoned gangster, I guess, who was locked away in a poorly ventilated prison cell is rather famous, and I forgot his name, but he apparently made a lot of money with this. So he withstood this, but only because he was isolated and protected. The cloud, the ash cloud that resulted from this dome, from this eruption, has traveled into the sea, and it took out a lot of ships in the harbor as well. So these felsic situations that get replenished by mafic magma can be quite violent, and they result in superheating of the felsic component, often in freezing and degassing of the mafic component, leading to a rather explosive mix that in this case is well documented and recorded in the dome rocks that were left behind from this particular eruption. There is no, or virtually no, eruptive deposits left. They all went into the sea because this happened on an island, but the dome rock tells us what was going on. So thank you once more for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed that. So I'll close here and hopefully have you back for the next rock. Thanks, Emil.